Welcome back. Since 2014, the South Sioux City High School football team has won 7 games in 7 seasons and is still looking to turn that corner this fall after an 0-3 start. However, one of the bright spots in this year's team has been the play of sophomore running back Demarico Young, who has been giving many Cardinal fans something to cheer for. But that's not what motivates the 16-year-old. In fact, he can't even hear them. There's something magical about the sounds of Friday night football. Let's go, baby! Many players say game preparations involve canceling out the noise, but that's the only way South Sioux City running back Demarico Young knows how to do it. Because the Cardinals' leading rusher is deaf.
I see the snap and I can hear things like when they tackle.
The Louisiana native was born hearing, but at the age of 3, an ear infection left him deaf with only partial hearing in one ear, which left his mother, Shalonda Warfield, with a choice: keep Demarico living at home, attending public schools, or enroll him in the Louisiana School for the Deaf, where he would also have to live during the week. For Shalonda, the choice was obvious.
They had him in the special ed class, so I ended up letting him go to school in Baton Rouge so he can learn better and do sign language and live in the world.
Demarico stayed at the Louisiana School for the Deaf for more than 10 years before his family moved to South Sioux City for a better life last year. But their transition to that life hasn't always been smooth.
We ended up getting in a place, but I ended up losing my job, so we ended up losing our house. So, but since then, I've been staying in the hotel, trying to make ends meet.
Each month brings a new challenge for Demarico and his family as they continue to search for permanent housing. However, the biggest challenge for the sophomore has been in the classroom, where last year he made the change from a deaf school to a hearing one.
Really, one of my biggest frustrations being in a hearing school is communication.
To assist transitioning from deaf school to the hearing world, Demarico met with Dawn Habhab, a former deaf school counselor and interpreter, who supported Demarico in transitioning to the hearing world.
I picked up on some behavioral and body language cues when I started interpreting for him. He would sleep during class. After about the first week, we started having conversations. Why are you sleeping? I'm tired, I'm hungry. You're hungry? Did you eat breakfast? No. Okay, well, I'll bring some food in, And why are you so tired? Well, I don't sleep well. We had to move out of the hotel, and now I was in the car, and okay, there it is.
While some may have judged Demarico and his family, Dawn took a step further in her interpreting duties, helping this tight-knit family get back on its feet.
I don't like them seeing me struggle, but hey, they know what it is. But hey, I've been working it out. Miss Dawn, she been helping us, her whole life. Because if it weren't for her, I don't know what we'd do.
We have assured her that we'll do everything that we can in our power to make sure that Demarico and her family succeed here in Siouxland. She reached out to me and, in need of school clothes, or if they need groceries, or any way that we can help. And we do. We just have become like family.
But it's Dawn's work with Demarico in the classroom that has made the biggest impact.
When we first got here, his grades wasn't that good. He was like probably at a 2.5. Now Miss Dawn came in his life. He got a 4.0. And I'm proud of him.
My student section jerseyed up tonight.
And his grades aren't the only thing that Miss Dawn is helping him with. As only a sophomore, Demarico has already become the South Sioux City starting running back, as Dawn accompanies him to practices and games to make sure he never misses a beat.
I sign to Dawn, and then Dawn translates it to English for the coaches. So it's pretty fluent that way.
Hand signals are already pretty prevalent in football play calling, which obviously works for Demarico. However, even those signals can get crossed.
Everyone thought it would be easy. He, ASL all of his life, pick up these signals easy, but it's been hard because one thing to us means something completely different to him.
But if there's ever confusion, having Dawn on the sidelines has made it easier on everyone.
He had a couple of injuries during the last game, some cramping in the legs, and they got to see that dynamic, right? He comes off the field, they couldn't understand what he needed or wanted, and it took me you got to get out of his eyesight so he can see me, so that I can communicate to him and he can tell me what it is he needs you to do. And the trainer was wonderful about providing just like that. It was great.
It's situations like that stress the importance of having communication on the sidelines for Demarico, who hopes to remain healthy and productive enough to fulfill his dream to play sports at the collegiate level.
My future? I want to go to LSU. That's my favorite. I want to go back to Louisiana.
The magic of sports is something that many of us learn at a young age. The rewards of hard work shown at the end of the night on a scoreboard. So remember that if you see number 4 at South Sioux running towards the end zone, cheer a little louder to make sure he hears you.
It's pretty awesome.
Doesn't necessarily have to be vocal cheering either. This
Yeah.
works just as well.
Yep. Does it all with a smile on his face, it looks like, too. That's great. Thanks, Jake.